Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing, is Thailand becoming a financial hub? And I thought of this when I was reading a recent article. This is from NASDAQ.com. Article is titled, Exclusive IMF, 10 Countries Simulate Cyber Attack on Global Financial System. And this is actually a rather interesting article. I urge those who are watching this video, go check this out. But the reason for the video is actually a rather small excerpt. I'm going to go ahead and quote directly, quoting, participants in the initiative called, quote, collective strength, unquote, included Treasury officials from Israel, the United States, the UK, United Arab Emirates, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Thailand, as well as representatives from the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and Bank of International Settlements. So this is some pretty heavy hitters here. I mean, Bank for International Settlements, IMF, World Bank, obviously those are major international financial institutions. But again, Israel, the United States, the UK, United Arab Emirates, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands. I mean, all of these are places we generally think of when we're thinking financial services. And Thailand. And, I've always thought Thailand had a pretty substantial, it's got a substantial economy to begin with, especially here in Southeast Asia. But, the banking sector here is rather substantial, and probably, I think you can make a strong argument, is a major component of the overall banking system throughout this whole region. In many ways, and I think it's often overlooked, Bangkok in a very real sense is sort of the spoke in the wheel that is Southeast Asia, if you look at it in a certain way. Now, at first glance, I think folks would say, well, Singapore, and yeah, it's always been a major financial center, but, Thailand is much more in and of, if you will, the region. Singapore, I've always kind of looked at it as sort of a doorway in a sense, for Western or foreign funds traveling into the region. And whereas, Thailand, especially on mainland Southeast Asia, not to get too deep into this, but kind of is, again, it's sort of the spoke in the wheel. That's how I've always looked at it. But I thought that was really interesting that Thailand is apparently the only Asian country that was involved in this exercise. And, it included a lot of countries that you immediately think of when you think of financial hubs, not least of which the IMF, the World Bank, the BIS. So, it got me sort of thinking, and to me, it would make some sense if Thailand didn't sort of increase its cachet as a financial hub, especially in light of the fact that I don't think it's unfair to say that in many ways Hong Kong is somewhat diminishing in terms of its clout, if you will, the punch that it packs with respect to financial, services, as well as, acting again as sort of one of these windows on the region. Hong Kong's just not quite what it once was. I recently saw Hong Kong in an article sort of compared to Monaco, insofar as, in a sense, it will always kind of have a unique niche. And I'm not denigrating Hong Kong, that's not my point of this video, but it will always have a sort of niche as a financial sector because of its jurisdictional status. It's got kind of a novel jurisdictional status. Macau is the same way in many ways, but Hong Kong much more so in terms of financial hub. And, we've seen sort of Hong Kong become less and less a major force to be reckoned with in finances, especially out here in East Asia and Southeast Asia specifically. I don't think it's completely outside the realm of possibility that we see Thailand begin to rise, at least relative to some other jurisdictions, with respect to being a financial center here in Asia, Southeast Asia specifically. And I think that this recent article and the inclusion of Thailand in this, simulation, I think it sort of denotes perhaps a shift in the way things are here in Asia at this time.